Just waking up from a nice dream. Bitcoin pumping on a live stream. Smile shine brighter than a high beam. Ever seen live trading on a widescreen? Bitcoin showing you the steps to own it. We got the alpha, I bet you want it. I'm having fun, send a lecture on it. Randy, put a little extra on it.
It's mutable and decentralized. No censorship or hard cap supply. It's open source and we classify the blockchain secure, and that's exactly why. It's hard money with a new plan. It bounced a lot like this new jam. If Bitcoin dipped, then we ain't gon' trip. I'ma be bullish on you, fam.
I'm a Bitcoin bestie. You gotta love it. 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 I'm a Bitcoin bestie. You gotta love it.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Daily Zest. I'm your host, Randi Hipper, here today on a lovely Thursday post-Peter Schiff debate. And it was supposed to be an interview. It turned into a debate because he obviously wanted it to be one. And it was very controversial, and I've gotten a lot of messages about it, including former mayors I was just speaking to. Saying, Randy 1, Peter 0. I got a major kick out of all of that yesterday. If you have not yet, check out the interview with Peter Schiff. Mods, please throw that in the live chat, the link. We are getting after it today. We have the major spotlight of the day, which is the crypto market structure bill has been put on pause. Oh no, what's happening? I can't. I'm having fun today. I feel like today I'm just automatically choosing violence. We also have other headlines. We have Bybit in Peru. We have BitMine, Tom Lee's BitMine that owned like 3% of the ETH supply. They just invested in a YouTuber. Who is it? The NCAA is trying to prevent prediction markets. And then we also have the NYC token, guys, where Eric Adams released the NYC token. Oh boy. Interesting. Then we also have your coins to watch. Not a lot of craziness, but really juicy stuff when it comes to the crypto market structure bills. So with that, if you're ready for this Zest and Easy education, smash like, subscribe to the channel, share this out with friends so more people know what's going on here. We have a goal of 150 likes, 150 live viewers, and a subscriber goal of 25,000 subscribers. Guys, we are 204 away. What are we doing? What are we doing? Pump it up! Hello, user 007. Thank you for the love over there on TikTok. And guys, listen, if you want to get after it, smash a like, say hello to me in the chat. I'm going to say good morning to you as you say good morning to me, and check out our amazing sponsors of the show, including Cake Wallet Markets, Cipher. Use code ZESTY for 15% off. And I think code GOLD is still active. So if you use my link plus code GOLD on Market Cipher, you're getting 40% off. Use it now. I think it's up to the first 40 people. I don't know if there's any left, but please go ahead and learn about it. Recommended to look at crypto fundamentals. I have a ton of videos on my TikTok for like fundamentals. I've been posting a bunch of that lately. Also, an easier way to find it is if you go to my YouTube channel. And on my YouTube channel, you're able to go to a playlist that has intro to crypto videos, and you'll see everything from there. It's an easier way to look at it, and it's just like one after the other. Hello, Cyberman. Nice to see you on TikTok. Who is on the YouTubes, the X, the Rumbles, everything. We have Mike Volmer, Silver Days, Corvette Camping. Nice to see you. Flat Earth is here. Mama Shadow, Sun Backup, Rob C, Doge Bowl, and David Bowles. Alexandra G, my G. It's so nice to see you. Welcome. Who else we got? We got Jesse, Loco for Crypto. Nash is here. Aquarian's chilling. Curtis is here. One House, nice to see you. Fitz, we have ENF, nice to see you. Alex Kaimana, Yukio is on X. Peace is on X. Mike Mazzone is on X. Fat Oracle, Mr. Flex, we got Chipper. Everyone's just chatting. Tony Rosa's, nice to see you. Bobby F. Bobby F's daughter's birthday was what, yesterday, I believe. Happy birthday to her. Jay Violet is here. Oh boy, so nice to see you. John Legend has all his emojis. French is here. Welcome, as always. Thank you to Black Hat. We got War Paint. All right, I think we got like the squad. If I missed you and I didn't say hello to you, then please yell at me. Big Bad Wolf, nice to see you. Welcome. All right, guys, let's get into the nitty gritty, shall we? Ulset is here too. Hello, Ulset. All right, let's do this thing. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Yeah. All right. I drank a lot of coffee this morning. Look at my coffee. Yay. I love my coffee, and I was out and about this morning. I had something to do. I had a little appointmente to go to, and so then I came back, and on my way back, my favorite cafe was on the way back. So I picked up a little latte. I was like, you know what? I'm going to reward myself. I haven't gone out for coffee since last week. Feel like that's good for me. Because I love getting like nice little coffees to show you guys. You know what I mean? Anyway, bagels will be back probably by the end of the month. Whoa, that's not a nice comment. Delete, please. Delete. Thank you. All right, let's get into the market recap, shall we? Got rain up about 10%. We have Story. Not telling the best one right now. We are down about 28%. It is so nice to see everybody in the chat. Again, please remember to like and share the stream. Bitcoin. I wanted to show this chart really quick. Look at all of this action. Again, Bitcoin needs to just stay above 96, 97K. We're struggling with that right now. We hit a high of right about shy of 98. I don't think we hit 98. I think it was like 97.9 is what we hit yesterday. I'm going to go get the exact number from my app here. Okay, yeah, we hit $97,963. So we were just shy of that 98K. And again, I was saying if we hit that 97 and go right through it, then 100K might be nothing for us. And we might end up going and hitting that 106K 200-day SMA. So I think that's very important and something to keep noting, guys. We really want to pass through 97 and 100K with bliss. Like not even thinking about it type. Not even thinking about it. In addition, we also, let me go check this out really quick. I have something in my DMs. Okay, word. Oh, this is something that I wanted to show you guys. And this is huge for a lot of you because you guys are big Zcash fans. Hold on, look at this. Guys, Cake Wallet just announced that Zcash has officially joined the Cake family. So if you guys have Zcash, you want a place to store your Zcash, Cake Wallet is our sponsor, of course, for years. But there's a reason for it because they are an open source, transparent company. So please make sure you guys go ahead and store your crypto. The best hot wallet you can get is Cake. And then there's Cupcake as well. But Zcash is here. This is so bullish. Super bullish. Yes, we freaking love this. Go Cake. So if you guys want to go support our lovely sponsor Cake Wallet, and if you guys have Zcash, a lot of you guys love Zcash. I see the reaction in the chat. Monero's hitting highs. This is really good for Cake. And apparently a lot of the transactions and swaps that are happening in Cake Wallet, majority of them are tokens being swapped into Monero, which is very interesting because usually it's the opposite. But a lot of people are looking for privacy right now, and there's a reason for it. Going back to Bitcoin very briefly, we are down about 0.7%. We're looking to hold support above 93K. That's the most important thing right now. Money flow's kicking up. VWAP is hitting a little bit of a wall here, which kind of explains why we're pulling back today. Momentum is still doing quite well. The RSI is one to watch because, again, as we approach this overbought, we like narrowly hit that overbought level. We came right back down, which again, really good. I would love if we came back down to around the 65 point on the RSI. That would be pretty sick. That's really what I want to see. And I could even draw that out. I think that's a good pullback. And then from there, kind of just keep chopping it up. Maybe just go right here. And if we go above, again, that overbought, although the likelihood of an incoming downtrend increases, we still do want to test that overbought. The last time we were overbought was back here in October. And even in October, like we were hitting it. That's when, okay, hold on. Let me switch. Okay, there we go. Because when we were overbought here in October, what did we do? Hit all-time highs. So I'm hoping that we end up getting a nice push. Again, that 200-day SMA, testing it and going above it for about a week. That is what I like. That's what makes me feel warm and fluffy on the inside. Now, we do have ETF inflows. We have some price action. Let's start that. That's a great way to start our headlines. We're going to do that. Let's talk about market action and the ETFs. And without further ado, your breaking news headline starts now. ETFs, we had upwards of $830 million worth of inflows. Let's get the tea. Now, we do have spot crypto ETFs recording broad inflows on Wednesday, led by a sharp pickup in demand for U.S. Bitcoin ETFs as institutional investors returned after a choppy start to the year. Data from Social Value shows that Bitcoin ETFs pulled in $843.6 million on January 14th, their largest daily inflow in several months. This move followed a volatile stretch earlier in January that saw multiple days of net outflows as traders reduced exposure. And a lot of traders had, while Bitcoin was having these major outflows for the ETFs, XRP had major ETF inflows when Bitcoin had the outflows. Now, Bybit dominated the session again, which is typical, drawing about 648 million, Fidelity roughly 125 million, and smaller inflows were recorded among other issuers as well, about 128 million. Now we also have ETH ETFs recording $175 million of inflows. Grayscale and BlackRock were leading that. Then we have smaller ETFs like Solana and XRP. Solana bringing in about $23.6 million, XRP about $10.6 million. Being that XRP only had a few days of outflows when it came to the ETFs. There was like a streak of over 30 days of inflows. Granted, it wasn't as high or in volume as Bitcoin, but it was still pretty significant. Being that there are some price upticks with Bitcoin. Again, we were about to test 98K yesterday. I hope we do it today. We did have a lot of liquidations up to $700 million. Look at this. Everyone's trying to get spicy. No one knows where the market's going to go. Everyone thinks they're a darn wizard. Now, Bitcoin extended its breakout on Wednesday, climbing to as high as about 97.8. Of course, we saw it was 97,960 something was the high of yesterday. Now, Ethereum was outpacing Bitcoin's rally about 5% in the green. And then we also see, again, with the price action, of course, we're going to have leveraged positions and leveraged shorts were wiped out. Nearly $700 million worth of those shorts. And of that, according to CoinGlist, roughly $380 million were in Bitcoin shorts, while $250 million came from shorting ETH. So if you guys have your leverage, be careful. Be careful. Things about to get spicy. I think I was saying it to somebody earlier today. I was on a little phone call with one of our fam. And I was like, listen, this year is going to be huge. It's going to be huge. It's going to be big. There's a lot of things that are happening here. Guys, I feel, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I feel kind of clumsy today. I'm feeling clumsy. I think I dropped like 5,000 things today. That's all. I just wanted to let you know. We have Bybit Pay, which is also taking off in a lot of different countries, especially because, again, Bybit is not really in the U.S., and especially not as popular in the U.S. They have their digital wallets that they're teaming up with, and let's check out what's happening here. I think Bybit is honestly killing it, and they're huge, again, outside the United States. Bybit Pay, I almost said BitPay. Bybit Pay said it reached an agreement allowing users to make crypto payments through Yape and Plin, Peru's most widely used digital wallets. Together, the two systems served about 28 million users in 2024, handled nearly 90% of Peru's in-person digital wallet transactions, according to data shared in a press release with CoinDesk. That's a lot, guys. This adds to crypto exchange Bybit's push across Latin America following earlier partnerships in Brazil and Argentina. The service already allows users to pay in Brazil's instant payment system, Pix, and it's not alone in targeting the region. Binance also has their stake in the country. They're very big, Binance, with trying to get into all these little countries and using especially Binance Pay, but they linked up with Pix, and then Opera's MiniPay also did that in Argentina. Now, this integration with Bybit Pay allows customers to spend stables like Tether or USDC or major cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and ETH. Users scan a Yape QR code or send funds via a PLIN-linked phone number with a transaction settling in Peruvian sols for the recipient. So this is very interesting. I like this. I like paying with crypto. I like using crypto as currency because that's kind of why we're here. So I'm gonna say props to Peru for letting this all go, because the government could be like, no, we don't want Bybit, we don't want Binance. But Peru knows they need some action. They need some economic zest, and crypto is gonna bring all of that to them. Am I right? Are you guys bullish? What is happening? Are we okay in the chat? I need to check in on you. How are we doing? Are we okay? Are we okay? Yeah, it's typical of me to be clumsy. I understand. How are we doing? Are you guys smashing likes? Are you guys happy people? Can I see rocket emojis? Can I see something? I need to see some love in this chat. I want to see emojis everywhere. Emojis make me very happy, guys. I don't know if you understand this, but like, emojis make me very happy. I love to see emojis in the chat. Any bull runs expecting in the near future? I don't got a crystal ball, my friend, on TikTok. I'll tell you that right now. I got no idea. But I am very, very bullish. I am highly bullish. I'm on a different level of bullish. And I had an interview with Peter Schiff yesterday. I was losing it. I didn't lose it. I think I kept my composure pretty well. However, I think it's gonna be okay, guys. Ultimately, it's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be fine. I have cinnamon on my hands. But yeah, I think everything's gonna be okay. We're gonna survive. It's all fine. Let's continue get after it. We have BitMine, which again, BitMine is Tom Lee. They own about like 3% of the ETH supply, and they're making various investments, including Bitcoin investments. They have their own cash and whatever that may be. But they just invested $200 million in MrBeast's Beast Industries. What? Very interesting. Very interesting. Why are they doing this? BitMine Immersion Tech has agreed to invest $200 million in Beast Industries, the entertainment company founded by YouTube star Jimmy Donaldson, better known as MrBeast, in a deal that marks one of BitMine's largest non-core equity investments to date. BitMine will also make a $200 million equity investment into Beast Industries, the company announced on Thursday. Now, this is according to Tom Lee. MrBeast and Beast Industries, in our view, is the leading content creator of our generation with a reach and engagement unmatched with Gen Z, Gen Alpha, and Millennials. And Tom Lee goes to say Beast Industries is the largest and most innovative creator-based platform in the world, and our corporate and personal values are strongly aligned. Now, it's not noted how much of a stake BitMine will acquire and the valuation of Beast Industries or any government governance rights tied to the investment. So this is major, especially because Beast Industries is going to explore ways to incorporate DeFi in its planned financial services platform, according to Jeffrey Hausenbold, the CEO of Beast Industries. Which, again, it makes sense. They're also launching a mobile company called Beast Mobile. And within crypto, we've seen a lot of different mobile companies. We don't have to shout all of them out right now, but there is a few where they're using, you know, T-Mobile or other, you know, servers in the area so you can connect to them. It's not that built out, but I do believe if anyone has the money and the wherewithal to do it, it's definitely Beast Industries and Tom Lee to go and make it happen, because Tom Lee's very bullish on ETH. So would it work out for him to have a cellular network or a cellular device that connects to networks that reward you with ETH or something of that nature, or token on ETH? Because if they can continue to build tokens on ETH, then obviously ETH itself is a token that helps it all operate. You're paying your gas fees in ETH, so it definitely benefits them to increase the usage of the network. So that way, of course, ETH price goes up. Makes sense? I feel like I gotta put up my hair. I feel like putting up my hair today. I feel like that might have to happen before the show's over. We have the NCAA, and I want to know what you guys think of this, because we also have the NCAA. People are thinking, should these college kids get paid to play sports? Should they get cuts from the merch that they sell? Should there even be prediction markets when it comes down to the NCAA? But they're actually suggesting to the CFTC that this should get paused, that maybe we shouldn't have prediction markets for sports in the NCAA. The National Collegiate Athletic Association, the NCAA, has asked the CFTC to suspend college sports-related prediction markets, arguing that they replicate sports betting without the protections required of licensed sports books. In a letter sent to the CFTC, the NCAA said that it is requesting that the commission suspend collegiate sports prediction markets until a more robust system with appropriate safeguards is in place, citing risks to student athletes, consumers, and competition integrity. And that's also like really valid, because I feel that like there could be some kid, and let's say they're like, what's a position in basketball? Is a point guard a thing? I don't know. But pretend you're one of the hoopers, bro. I don't know sports that well. I gotta learn. But let's pretend you're one of the hoopers, and one of the bets on Polymarket is like, oh, would this guy score this many points in the basketball? And then he could purposely get that done, or they vice versa, right? Like he could throw the game, so that way maybe he bets on himself, or his like mom or his third cousin bets on him, and then like they win. So I feel like it's a little bit iffy, right, Bobby Flash? I think it's a little bit iffy, right? What do you think? Would you want betting and prediction markets on college sports? Put a 1 or yes emoji, 2 or no emoji. I would genuinely love to know what you guys think about this. Give me a second. I'll be right back.
Randi Hipper.
I'm a Bitcoin bestie.
Just waking up from a nice dream. Bitcoin pumping on a live stream. Smile shine brighter than a high beam. Ever seen life trading on a widescreen? Bitcoin showing you the steps to own it. We got the alpha, I bet you want it. I'm having fun, send a lecture on it. Randy, put a little extra on it.
It's mutable and decentralized, no censorship or hard caps apply. It's open source and we classify the blockchain secure, and that's exactly why. It's hard money with a new plan. It bounced a lot like this new jam. The Bitcoin dipped and we ain't gon' trip. I'ma be bullish on you, fam.
It's great for those who just DCA'd. If you stacking sats and you trying to save, something like the hodl, something like.
Okay, we're doing better now. We're doing better now. All right, let's continue. We have Mayor Eric Adams, former mayor of New York City. He released NYC token. It basically rugged in the matter of an hour. It was pretty darn rough. It went down about 80% right after launch, and apparently liquidity was pulled, and especially there was a major withdrawal from the token, from one of the wallets associated with the launch of NYC token. Now, of course, Eric Adams has to go to bat for himself, because now he's like, all right, like, did I do it? Did I not? He has to inform the public, because this is a pretty crazy thing that went down. Of course, he is now denying, and I believe this to maybe be true. I think this is a Hawk Tuah situation. I'll go into that again. But he said that he didn't profit from this rug, from the rug. Now, little Eric Adams, his team is pushing back against allegations that he profited from or moved funds tied to the newly launched NYC token after on-chain data showed a sharp liquidity withdrawal shortly after the token went live. To be clear, Eric Adams did not move investor funds. Eric Adams did not profit from the launch of NYC token. No funds were moved from the NYC token, according to a statement shared with CoinDesk over email late Wednesday. The denial follows CoinDesk's reporting earlier this week that a wallet linked to the token's deployer roughly moved $3 million in USDC liquidity near the market's peak after the Solana-based token briefly surged to a market cap of about $580 million, causing prices to drop nearly 80% swiftly. Again, it then goes back to that they added back about $1.5 million to the token after the token's price already fell more than 60%. While roughly $900,000 was not returned. The move triggers accusations of a potential rug pull, a term used when liquidity was withdrawn from a token, again leaving everybody high and darn dry. There were earlier statements by the NYC token social media account that said the team had rebalanced the liquidity in response to heavy demand at launch and later added funds back to the pool. I mean, this is controversial. Also, again, it looks bad for Solana. I mean, Solana is just, it's constantly meme coin this, rug pull that. Like, when do people get sick of like the shenanigans on Solana? Granted, again, there are good projects there, but like, it just doesn't even out. And I literally spoke to someone from Solana when I was in Abu Dhabi, and I was like, listen, fam, what are you guys doing over there? I was like, where's the education? Like, are you trying to get the next generation in? Like, what are your goals at Solana? And they're like, there's Gen Z. I was like, where's Gen Z? They're like, oh, because of the meme coins. You think Gen Z wants NYC token? No. You think Gen Z is even playing on Solana? No. It's literally all these older individuals in their mom's basement. That's what's going on. Like, that, it's so ridiculous. I'm not gonna get darn twisted over it. I'm not gonna get darn twisted. But I think that this is like ridiculous. I truly believe, and this is what goes back to Hawk Tua, right? Hawk Tua had her token, and I'm going to say the truth. I do not think that she was necessarily responsible, because she was walking around Bitcoin conference around the same time. She had no idea what Bitcoin is. This girl had no business launching a token. She had no idea what Bitcoin was. She's walking around Bitcoin conference like, ew, I'm so cool. I'm at the Bitcoin conference, going to karate combat with her, like her mom telling people no one can speak to her. It was like ridiculous. And so I believe truly she's probably a nice girl. She just had no idea what was going on. She had a team that told her, this is good. Let us do this token. It's going to blow you up, sis. And she was like, let's do it. Let's make the bread. And then all of a sudden they rugged her. I believe that's what happened to Hawk Tua. I'm going to say that maybe the same thing happened to Eric Adams. I think Eric got taken advantage of. I think he definitely knows about crypto. I've spoken to him. He knows what Bitcoin is. He knows what the future is. However, do I think he has the time or the wherewithal, and like, do I think he's technically like, you know, a nerd at that level where he can code and deploy a token and launch it? No. So I think there's a lot of things that are deeper than what actually is face value with this NYC token. I don't think he knew what in the world was going on with this one. I think he had decent intentions with it, being that it's for civic motives and just helping with all these other movements he wants to be a part of, which is fine. But I just think that I think he probably was misled. I don't think he actually went and deployed and went code deploy. I don't think that was the case at all. He made some cute little videos about it though. I'll say that. So that's kind of my opinion on what happened there when it comes down to the NYC token. So I'll just leave it at that, because I don't want to like harp on the situation, but that's kind of how I feel about it. It's kind of like what the vibe is. Now we do have a spotlight, which darn, it's going to cause controversy. People are not happy with this, and we're going to get into it. Now we have the Senate that is pushing back the crypto market structure bill. This bill, and I agree with Brian Armstrong from Coinbase, because he stuck up for us. Go Brian. And I feel like, you know, a lot of people complain about Coinbase. A lot of people complain about Brian, but I think Brian's a solid dude. I met him. Like, his aura just gives me nerd, and I love that. Like, I love a nerdy Brian Armstrong. I think he stuck up for us in the best way possible. Coinbase, if you haven't been following Coinbase from the get, they were fighting against the IRS for us. They were going to bat for the industry. Listen, do they do their institutional stuff? Yes, because you know what? They're a business. They got to bring in that cash. They got to get the bag. So you can't really get mad at Coinbase for dealing with institutions and being compliant. That's literally what they have to do, or else they won't exist in this darn country, because our country is a little bit slow, full of old people. Now, this is where things got a little bit tricky. They were supposed to do voting, and they were supposed to come together and have some amendments to this crypto market structure bill, except it literally was not good whatsoever. This was like an abomination, a straight up abomination. They wanted to essentially wipe us out. It was going to be like a written ink to paper Operation Choke Point 2.0. Now, we're going to get into the articles. Then I'm going to get to Brian Armstrong, because he stuck up for us. He went to frickin' bat. And so they wanted crypto industry leaders to approve this. But obviously, it didn't go that well. Now, the Senate Banking Committee will no longer be marking up its crypto market structure bill on Thursday, after crypto exchange Coinbase publicly withdrew their support. Now, The market structure bill aimed at defining how federal regulators oversee the industry was postponed late Wednesday, and a new date was not set, according to Chairman Tim Scott. Oh, why? Thank you, Banana, for subscribing. Scott said in his statement, I've spoken with leaders across the industry, the financial sector, and my Dem and Republican colleagues, and everyone remains at the table working in good faith. This bill reflects months of serious bipartisan negotiations and real input from innovators, investors, and law enforcement. The goal is to deliver clear rules of the road that protect consumers, strengthen our national security, and ensure the future of finance is built in the United States. Well, darn, we better get on that quite quick because everybody's outpacing us. Singapore, all of Asia, even the Middle East. You look at Dubai, they're freaking overpowering us. They're, as the kids say, it's OP. It's O-freaking-P. Now, there's a lot of controversial points here. And that's where Brian Armstrong kind of like went off on this. Because the Dems are trying to distract everyone and say that Donnie T's involvement and his conflicts of interest are why they can't move forward with this bill. Well, Tim Scott is saying the exact opposite, that Donnie T has nothing to do with this bill. And it's so true, because if we're going to talk about corruption, if we're going to talk about how there's, conflicts of interest, please stop the freaking madness when you have people like Liz Warren that are literally backed by the American Bankers Association pushing anti-crypto legislation, and she's backed and besties with Jamie Dimon that literally banks criminals. So you go and tell me who needs to be investigated. I would say it's Liz Warren. I would say it's Nancy Pelosi. But who am I? Just a woman on the internet. I'm just a woman on the internet. Now, the legislative sticking points about Dems wanting to legally kick Donnie T out of crypto doesn't belong in the current structure bill, according to Senator Tim Scott, as the Senate Banking Committee he leads is poised to vote, which again, they're not. And so it goes into the ethics. Scott says the ethics language has got to go through the jurisdictional areas in our body, and that would be the ethics committee. We can talk about it. We can even work on language, but dropping it into the bill is far more difficult than we had anticipated. Again, that's the point, because what is this? What is all of politics? Theater. It's theater. They're all paid actors. I hope you understand. Paid actors. You think the Dems want anything pushed for crypto, good or bad? No, they don't want innovation because they're backed by the banks and backed by all these people that would not benefit from cryptocurrency. Why? Because they want control over your entire life. That's what they want. And even on one of the controversial points here is the fact that the CFTC, they're saying, oh, they're supposed to handle crypto. This freaking bill does the exact opposite. But don't listen to me. Listen to Brian Armstrong from Coinbase. Listen to him. Listen to the king himself. After reviewing the Senate banking draft text over the last 48 hours, Coinbase unfortunately can't support the bill as written, as you are all smashing the likes. There are too many issues, including a de facto ban on tokenized equity, DeFi prohibitions, giving the government unlimited access to your financial records and removing your right to privacy, which again, that's what Liz Warren wants. Erosion of the CFTC's authority, stifling innovation and making it subservient to the SEC, which is what this dude was all about, because he was going and calling us names.
Hucksters,
and
fraudsters, scam artists, Ponzi schemes.
Gary, you stress me out. You stress me out. Stresses me out. He then continues, draft amendments that would kill rewards on stables, allowing banks to ban their competition. Exactly. Was that line not word for darn word what I was telling you guys about a few days ago? Why did they approve the Genius Act? Because they wanted the banks to have stable coins and also maybe offer yield on them. But that poses competition to their trad system, because most banks do not give you freaking yield on your money, even your savings account. There's no yield. So when you go to a crypto exchange and you're like, oh, I could put my USDC and earn like 3-4% and outpace inflation so that my purchasing power maybe maintains itself. Oh no, the bank's Jamie Dimon is like shriveling. He's shriveling because because Chase isn't giving you any interest on your money. Now, Brian Armstrong says, we appreciate all the hard work by members of the Senate to reach a bipartisan outcome. But this version would be materially worse than the current status quo. Again, it's an undercover Operation Choke Point 2.0. He said we'd rather have no bill than a bad bill. Hopefully, we can all get to a better draft. Thank you, Bry. Thank you, Brian, for having common darn sense. He says, we'll keep fighting for all Americans and for economic freedom. Crypto needs to be treated on a level playing field with the rest of the financial services so we can build this industry in a safe and trusted way in America. He said, I'm actually quite optimistic that we will get to the right outcome with continued effort. We'll keep showing up and working with everyone to get there. Y'all, guys, so true. We'd rather have no bill than a bad one. Because what's the point when it doesn't change anything? In fact, it makes everything worse and actually might be worse than the bye-bye admin. But who is it that thanks to? The Dems.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.
Did you love Scott Adams? Dilbert is gone.
Well, hello, Chris. I can't say that I knew about all of his work to the highest extent. What I will say, though, is that I saw some of his last messages and how he submitted to Jesus as his Lord and Savior. And I'm very proud of him for doing that in his final days. And I'm just happy that he, got to that point where he's like, yeah, he is my Lord and Savior and he is God. And so that's absolutely beautiful. And I'm happy that he repented and he definitely submitted. And submission, like when people hear submission, right? Like they think about it as like shackles and you have to be legalistic. It's not like that. It's more like having a relationship with your creator. So I'm very happy that Scott did that. And yeah, that was beautiful. But Hector, good morning. Hello, everyone. Amen and amen. We love Jesus on this channel. But yeah, this is insane. Why doesn't Desmond says, why doesn't Trump do an executive order on crypto? Well, he already did when he got got into office. But the thing is like it's not only the Dems that are paid by the banks. There's also a lot of other people on the right that are just not like informed. And this is the major problem. The left and the right, I don't care who it is. There's freaking insider trading on both sides. If you want to get to the nitty gritty, everyone should be investigated in the Senate, Congress, whatever. Even within the executive branch, every single person should be investigated for insider trading. And that's also why, like, I know I'm going on a side tangent, but that's also really why I like Nayib Bukele from El Salvador, because he literally tells everybody, he literally said to his whole executive branch, he's like, y'all are being investigated. And so they should. And so they should. There's corruption on every single side, up, down, left, right. I don't care. Horizontal, vertical. Like there is corruption everywhere. And that's why I also respected Nancy Mace when she came on my podcast and she was like, listen, homies, like I'm the poorest person in Congress because I'm not insider trading. So I think that there's influence on both sides. And I'm not saying the left is the worst or the right is the worst. I don't freaking care about nothing. I care about the American people and freedom. And what I'm seeing right now is this bill does not promote freedom in cryptocurrency. We want to go back to the fundamentals of America, to your inalienable human rights, which is life, liberty, and property. That doesn't mean because I want life, liberty, and property that I'm a leftist or I'm a righty. I don't know what, like, that's kind of ridiculous to me. The division is propaganda. The division is all mental because at the end of the day, we all believe in the same things, which is freedom of speech, and living in darn peace. Mind your freaking business. That's what I want to say. The government needs to mind their business. And if anything, Peter made a good point about that yesterday. He's like, the left, the right, it's almost all the same. It's all the same. I don't freaking care. Let's be real. Big government wants to get in your darn pockets. If they really wanted to push crypto innovation, you know what they would do? They would stop the IRS with the ridiculous capital gains so that way the middle class can build itself up because crypto is the way for the middle class to prosper. We're already priced out of everything, accredited investor laws. It's for the rich to get richer. What are we doing this for? When we could go on Uniswap or any decentralized exchange or DEX, log on with my wallet anywhere in the freaking world and start swapping things. and making money and getting into things early, but not being told like I can't do that because I don't have $1 million in my bank account. I know I'm exaggerating, but you still get what I'm saying. The current system is exclusive and they want to keep it that way. But what they fail to realize, and all these boomers and all these old people that should be in a nursing home within the Senate, why do they have the right to regulate an industry they don't even know the most basic things about? Like, I would understand if they did a live stream doing a Bitcoin 101 for all of Senate, so that way people could make an educated decision instead of looking at who's backing them and saying, oh, you know what, the banks just paid me today, I can't support crypto. It's corruption. Why are we passing bills when everyone's paid? This is, and this is why I want to infiltrate the system and change it, because there's, like, literally, it's ridiculous to me because I'm learning more about lobbying. I'm learning more about how these things work. Explain to me why these people that are passing these bills, you have to go and pay them so that they prioritize your bill because they have a million things on their plate, but whoever pays them the most goes on their priority list and it gets passed. How is that really like democracy? How is that really doing what's best for the American people when it's only best for the people that pay you? That is frustrating. Am I crazy? I understand that there's priorities, but the priority shouldn't be how much money you give to a politician. That's ridiculous to me. Politics is a business. It's not about serving the people. And that's where all of this gets lost. And that's why I would love to go back to the founding fathers and say, what do you think about this? That every politician is bought. Why? That's not what America's about. It's about being a public servant. And if you are a public servant, serve the public. And if the public wants Bitcoin and wants freedom, then you give it to them because that's what America was founded on. If I want to self-custody my assets, if I want to send money to my kid that's in California, I should be able to do that. No, I don't have a kid in California. I don't have kids. But who cares? If I'm studying abroad as a college kid in Italy, and my parents were like, hey, kiddo, let me go send you $100 in Bitcoin. Yeah, it's cross-border. It's peer-to-peer. I'm not waiting 5 days for a freaking ACH transfer. That's ridiculous. We're living in 2026 and I'm waiting 5 days for an ACH transfer. What are we doing? That's why the banks don't want stable coins. That's why they don't want stable coins. It's absolute lunacy. Lunacy. Sorry, y'all. I'm choosing violence this week. I'm choosing violence this week. I need to sip my coffee before our next segment. Oh, I forgot. I reached peace. I forgot we were doing a podcast for a moment. Let's go ahead and go into coins to watch, shall we? We'll go into the market. We'll do this thing. Okay, guys, coins to watch. I'm sorry, I'm losing it today. Decred is up 15%, Leo's up 6%, Cake is up 3.6%, Zcash up 3%, Pimp.fan up 1.7%. Story is leading the losers. Telling us a nightmare, down 29%. Lit is a little dim, down 12.8%. Midnights, oh yeah, it's dark, down that point, 10.7%. Mutable is down 9.4%, about 9.5%. Pepe is down about 10%. Little Pepe, man, how is Pepe? Little Pepper. Let's look at poor little Pepe. Just stagnant for the past year. Poor thing. It's okay. We'll live. Let's take a gander at Ethereum 3,300 ETH. Again, this is where we want to hold. This is exactly what we were chatting about. If we burst through this, we pass the 200-day SMA with confidence. We're looking at 3,950, which is almost our golden zone. Our current golden zone is about $4,200 ETH. Green dot printed as we are down 0.62%. Still playing out on the momentum. Looks pretty snazzy. ETH is increasing with that volume. We like the volume increase. Also, the VWAP is a little bit down today, which is why it's not as spicy with the price action. RSI is chilling. I think we're in a really good spot here. Also, Litecoin it's the right coin. Everybody loves Litecoin. And smashing the like on this beautiful podcast because we like to support the channel and become a member, because tomorrow we're going to have a members only after show in Discord. Yeah. All right, let's take a gander at Litecoin falling below that $74. This is a no buen. No buen. We do not like this. We are down 2.9%. We really want to hold $64. If we go below $64, your girl's going to lose her mind. There's no reason this should be happening right now. Hold support at 74 bucks, move to 84, period. Also, we have the money flow that is continuing to tip down. Momentum, oh boy. VWAP, also, oh boy. I'm just going to leave that there. RSI chopping it up, which again, you know what? This isn't even the worst thing in the world because it's kind of giving bottom signal energy if you're asking me. Like I've been saying on Bitcoin, ETH, Litecoin for a while, we're getting bottom signal energy. This might be a mass accumulation for a pop-off. Maybe I'm radical. That's fine. But you know, it's also radical of me to say that I want 25,000 subscribers on this channel. We have 197 subscribers to go. Let's do it. I'm watching you. Oh my God, Black Hat wrote it at the same time I put it up. That's actually so funny. But guys, look at this. 24,803 subs. We're almost at 25K. And if you guys are on TikTok, there's plenty of y'all over there. Do your girl a favor. Click the link in my bio, go to YouTube, hit the sub button, and be my friend. That's really all I want from you. Great interview with the goat of gold. Well, why, thank you. I went for a walk today. Nice to see ya. Monero, we can look at some Monero. Let's do that. Hold on. What time is it? Okay, I'm doing good. It's happening. Okay, hold on. Monero. Kraken for the win for having Monero. We freaking love Kraken. $695 Monero, we're down 2.22%. Again, we're in price discovery, so there's really not much to tell you on this, to be honest. Of course, you have your bullish scenario, which is the all-time high around, what, that's $798, just shy of 800 bucks. Did I even, hold on. Did Monero hit $800? I want to know, because maybe this isn't like, some charts are off. So it did hit exactly 800? Was that the exact all-time high? I would like to know. I don't know if it's going to say the exact high here. Probably not. Okay. Yeah, so it's not telling me exactly. But it says here that it hit $800. I think it might have. I don't know if it was $798, $799, but we don't got a nitpick out here. We could call it 800 bucks. Obviously, the bullish scenario is $800. Bearish is the only place we've really held support recently over here at the beginning of the month, which is around that 420. So that's your bearish scenario. I don't really got much else to tell you. I mean, the only other bearish scenario you could say is like 476 because we hit a little bit of a wall here. But that's just about it. Volume is very high as we are hitting new highs. Momentum is the highest it's been in quite a long time. I don't think momentum has been this high since, what is this? 2017. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Well, I guess that makes sense. VWAP is down today again. I would expect a pullback. Again, whatever goes up, comes back down. Gravity. Gravity exists in the charts as well, especially when you have an RSI that's extremely overbought. We haven't seen that since May. And then in May, we were over here testing that 420 for, yeah, we've called 418, about $420. That is it. So we have some top signals here. I would like to see a nice little pullback on Monero, create some support here. But ultimately, you want to keep holding where you're at. It's just when you hit an all-time high and it flies like that, usually it will come back down. But that's really what I got for you. I feel like someone just knocked at my door. I don't know. Let me check. Is someone at my door? I don't think so. Sorry, guys. I've been having some weird experiences. Like, I'll tell you this. I'm not getting distracted or nothing. Okay, no one's at my door. So I had an experience yesterday, and I'm gonna throw it in here before I leave. So last night, I'm chilling, bedroom door closed and everything, and I could see like my kitchen lights, like my kitchen's right outside my door, right? So my door's closed, all of that. I'm chilling, scrolling TikTok on my phone, and I see my kitchen light go on. And you know how like you can see the light under the door, and then above my door is like a vent for the AC? Dude, this was scary, okay? Because I was laying in bed, I was chilling. The most peaceful vibes you can get. I see the kitchen light go on. I'm like, I look out of the corner of my eye, I'm just sitting there like frozen. Like I have my phone in my hand, I pause TikTok. I'm like, and then I quietly go on AI, and I'm like, AI, is this normal? The light to go on. AI's like, no. Because I was also running the dryer. Like I was washing my towels, you know? So my towels were in the dryer. But the dryer wasn't done. And I see the light go on. So it's on for a good minute, guys. And like, how, right? Because I didn't, like, you know how you click the light, like on the wall, and sometimes, like, I have the one that kind of clicks, you know, not a flip, it's a click. And so I didn't hear a click. I was like, is somebody in my house? Like, I was freaking out. And so I'm just looking at this light for a good minute, and then it just shuts off on its own. I didn't hear nothing. I was like, do I hear footsteps? Am I going to perish tonight? I was like, starting to plan. I was like, do I start texting people? So I texted 2 people just in case. I was like, just so you know, my lights went on. I'm not going outside my door. I was like, I was ready to. I was like, if someone's gonna come and rob me right now, like I'm ready. You know what I mean? Like, test me, bro. But I was horrified, y'all. I don't have any automated lighting. Like, you have to go to the wall, clickety, and then the lights go on. So I was looking at this light just on, and then it went off a minute later. I was darn horrified because I'm very close to, like, you know, the Holy Ghost. And so I was like, is this the Holy Ghost or is it a bad ghost? So then I was like, oh, I rebuke this. I rebuke this in the name of Jesus. I was horrified. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. If you guys yeah, guys, I was ready, trust. But I have so many other security measures that I was like, no way. Because I even, like, when I went to sleep in a panic. I fell asleep, right? So I wake up. I'm like ready. I like peek outside my door, my bedroom door. I'm like looking around my apartment, and nobody's obviously here. Because even before I went to bed, I did a full sweep of my apartment. I was like, nobody's here. I looked everywhere. I knew nobody was here. And so I saw the light go on. I was like, no, like, did someone hide from me? Like, I don't know. That was so creepy. Yeah, so I want to share that with you guys. Anyway, what else was very interesting was Peter Schiff. Guys, yesterday I interviewed Peter Schiff. We had a very enthusiastic debate, and I would encourage everybody to go ahead and check this out. And if there's any clips that you want me to post, I'm going to start going through this. I have to timestamp it. If anyone wants to help me do timestamps, you're more than welcome to give me some suggestions as to what, like, sections you like that I should make sure I have timestamped in the description. And I think sometimes YouTube does the timestamps automatically, but it's just something I think, yeah. Yeah, if you look at these comments too, they're kind of wild. Like, these comments are very interesting comments. But please go ahead and share this out. Please smash the like on that interview if you haven't already. We really want to share this out and get it going. I know a lot of, like, mainstream media people and political people have already been messaging me about it, so we'll see how this goes. Timestamps is basically, like, you just, like, say, like, you know, the time frame, and then, like, I would add that to the description. So that I would have to do that myself, like, just like paste the timestamp. But I have to go through it. I didn't expect the podcast to be an hour and a half. Even Peter, after we went off air, he's like, I can't believe we went for an hour and a half. I was like, yeah, because you were yapping, like, you know. I told him I want to do 45 minutes. Man yapped for double that. So that's a him problem. At the end of the day, it was a very interesting podcast. We could probably do it again down the road. I just think he insulted my intelligence a little bit, but it's okay. We rock. We played the game. And it was a good show of character yesterday. Yesterday was a good show of character overall. But bless all of your hearts. I have a lot of love for every single one of you. Crypto Princess is up after us. This stream will redirect you right there. Tomorrow is Friday, which means we're going to have a members only after show. I highly encourage you guys, please become members of this channel. Get your emoji, support the channel. You get to have access to the Discord after shows. We get after it. We do things. And you know what? I just like really do appreciate every single one of you guys. You guys are just like, the way y'all go to bat for me. And I was speaking to like, you know, one of our besties in the chat this morning, and he called me. He was like, Randi, I just want to say like that was like such a good podcast with Peter yesterday. I was like, thank you. And I was like, I just like freaking have a lot of love for you, bro, because like the way you guys go to bat for me, the way you guys just like support this channel relentlessly, wow, like my heart just explodes with love. And sometimes I don't even know how to handle the love that you give me. So I just want to say thank you for that. Also, now that I'm thinking about it, today is January 15th. Do you know what's happening in a month plus 1 day? My birthday! Guys, I'm turning 23 on February 16th. This is, it's going to be on a Monday. So we're going to have a funky Monday together, and it's going to be a birthday party, and I'm so excited. I just want to hang out with you guys, maybe give away some Bitcoin, who knows. I'll give away presents for my birthday. Ranger said, is this a crypto or metal channel? Just want to save time. Well, it could be everything, my friend. We report on everything that's important in this life, Rangers. It's a mix of crypto, politics, metals, and love, and zest and peace for the world. So if you like love, if you love peace, if you want good for this world and the prosperity of the human race in the name of freedom, then you follow this channel. No hype. Can you say Boston? Boston. A lot of people are like asking, like, it's so ridiculous. Like I go outside, I hang with my friends, and they're like, Randi, can you say this? Can you say that? And then whenever I hang out with someone for the first time, they're like, I hear it. I'm like, hear what? They're like, the accent. And then they try to like copy me. They're like, how do you say Boston? How do you say walking to get coffee and going to the office? Like, I didn't realize it was that big of a deal until I moved down here. Anyway, I have a lot of love for you guys. I'm ranting. I'm raving. We're getting after it. Bless all your hearts. I have a lot of love for you. Smash a like, subscribe, share this out with friends, become a member, and I will see you tomorrow. And as always, stay zesty. Mwah. Bye.